Strange days indeed. So it's all coming together so nicely now for me in terms of the downloads I'm getting and the way that they're coming through. It's the science of consciousness. It's here. It's arrived. This is the beginning of it. Okay. So it's understanding of live and absolute motion, and I'm just trying to keep breaking it into simple into concepts. So that's what I'm going to try to do here, and I'm going to explain to you the Viktor Piscis. So the Viktor Piscis is two circles, and they will be joined together, creating the fish shape there. See the fish shape? It's still there. It still exists in this model, but it's created by an orthogonal force. So here's a surface. It's standing up perpendicular. It can last, its energy to theoretically hold it perpendicular lasts for a duration from there to there. Okay, so that surface is like that, and then it's like that. In the middle, the surface lies flat. Okay, which is how water lies, isn't it? We know water has a flat surface. It doesn't stand up like that. So what I'm saying is that here is reality now. We're looking at reality. 3 dimensions are created here. A flat surface of water is created from 2 upright surfaces. And what these represent is the energy that sustains that surface. Picture this as a moment. That occurs each moment. The forces sustain a perpendicular plane. The water never does that. It just stays there because the energy momentum is balanced each time. And so the existence of the bubble is created here. The energy of the past, the energy of the future creates the present. And this just repeats. So this shape there's one there. Yeah? And there's one here. I've just split out one moment. Its duration is measured as h, and that's in real seconds. Ignore their energy, the joule second, and just take the joule and place it there. There's the joule, right in the center. The bending moment, meter 4. It's a void of a dot point that's so tiny, but it does exist. Anything smaller, it wouldn't exist. And it's what we're seeing is that bending expressing itself from there to there in that duration of time. In its motion of expressing its bending power from there to there, it goes through all of those motions that I showed you. These ones, all of these motions are done. It goes there, goes round, in here. I think this is spiraling. It goes here. It flicks this up. It's doing all that work. Berlin. It's doing all this work in this period now. It's just simply doing a rotation. So the surface, here's the energy lying flat, theoretically. Rest time, T0. Nothing's happened. The first thing that happens is that perpendicular, and this action occurs. The surface rotates. The vector axis is created here. A positive moment is created here. There is a balance between bending and tension. Here's the bending force. Here's the tension force representing the balance. And for a moment, the water is able to sustain negative tension. So this is in tension. This is in negative tension, which means it's in compression. And so for a moment, the elastic modulus is greater than the plastic modulus of the framework that sustains the whole thing, the plastic oil film that I've talked about, that everything is made from. And so the water strength for a moment is greater than the framework that sustains it because of the motion that it's gone through, because of the positive moment that is created. And the positive moment, it creates everything else. That positive moment is expressed in the next moment there at the center. And so it's added. It's added. As this system, as I showed you yesterday, creates a drop of water, is expelled from the system, from the bearing, in order to keep things sweet. That drop of water is now balanced by the positive moment, and it's the power of imagination. If you know that this exists, and you can imagine that this is a real entity, you are there in every moment.